21 Pilot fans are sitting, waiting, eagerly anticipating for the next 21 Pilots album, which will be the final album of the storyline they have been telling for the past several albums, the story of Clancy, the Banditos, the Bishops, Vialism, and Dema. Many fans are speculating what is going to come out of this era. How is the storyline going to end? What's the music going to sound like? What's the next logo going to be? And people are wondering, what's the next colors of the album cycle? Because 21 Pilots do switch up their colors for each album cycle. And in this, you have several camps. You have a very vocal crowd over here that want a purple 21 Pilots era. And they are very, very vocal, and many a YouTuber have made a video talking about a purple 21 Pilots era. Over here on this side though, you have an equally as loud crowd that want a black and white era for the Pilots. And both would be very interesting. If you want to learn more about each of those, I'll leave a Stolen Potential video down in the description box below, as well as my video talking about the black and white era. But in between those camps, you have a third one that's admittedly smaller than the two, but they're still pretty vocal, and they want this. They want an orange era of 21 Pilots. And I can see where they're going with this. But I did look into it. And the more I looked into it, the more I think that it's going to be pretty unlikely. Then again, they could always swerve us and go with an orange era. So this video might be wrong in a couple of months when the next album comes out, but let's talk about why the orange era may not be likely. Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, depending on when you're watching this. How's it going, guys? First off, hope you're having good days today. Hope your day's going well and hope it continues to go well. Let's get right into it. The idea of an orange 21 Pilot era isn't anything new. It's actually been around since Trench. People were anticipating that the next release, what would be Scale Nicey, would be an orange era. There are YouTube videos about the subject. There are many a Reddit thread, such as this one, about the subject, and I've seen many theories talk Trench era. It's like, oh, the colors are going in a certain way with the cooling and the saturation, all of this stuff, to where the orange will be the next cycle, to which, of course, we know it's not. It is blue and pink. These are the main colors of the Scaled in Icy era. So the orange theory is getting moved to this next album cycle, which who knows? It could be, it could not be. However, we did get a lot of orange within the Scale Nicey album cycle, because of course in the Choker music video, Tyler wore this orange beanie. We've seen this beanie before. We saw it in the Trench era, where Tyler wore it for the BBC Studios performance, where it was just him at a piano. We technically also saw the beanie during the Trench era, which is why I think people point in the Trench era too to orange. In the Levitate music video, there was this guy in the background wearing this orange beanie. However, we got a lot more orange later on in the live stream experience. Look at all this orange. Look at the Goodnight Dema logo. Look at Sally. Look at the couch. Look at the carpet. Even the wall. Like the brown in everything just exudes an orange color. So much so that you could say that it's the third color of Scaled in Icy, because I mean, really, if you think about it, 21 Pilots, every era seems to have three colors. For Vessel, you had blue, red, and white. For Blurryface, you had red, white, and black. For Trench, you had black, red, and this olive green. For Scale Nicey, you have pink, blue as your main colors. Then you have orange, but you also get yellow. Those two colors seem to be swapped for each other, because during the Confetti for Takeover in Icy Tour, it was blue, pink, and yellow. No orange involved whatsoever. So you, like, I guess people could say, oh, they're holding out the orange until the very next era of the Pilots. However, I feel as though if we were having an orange era, Scale Nicey would have been the place to do it. And for many reasons. And one comment on a Reddit thread really put this into my mind. Orange is the combination of both red, Blurryface, self-doubt, depression, flaws, etc., and yellow, freedom, escape, and unity. It seems that, especially with Leave the City, Ty is in between two places right now. He's not fully being controlled by Blurryface anymore, but he's still not completely free. He's somewhere in between. And weirdly, we do see this in the Scale Nicey writing process, because, I mean, Tyler kind of has free will to write whatever he wants. Sure, he's monitored by the bishops. Sure, the songs had to be approved by the bishops. However, Tyler could still write whatever he wants. Things can get thrown out. Tyler could just write. He was just happy to write again. So there was still that kind of free will element in there, and especially when the Torchbearer comes in during Saturday, that Bandito part is back. The red, the bishops in the yellow is kind of blending in together there. So orange would have been perfect for Scale Nicey, but no, we got the blue and pink instead. Occasionally, 21 Pilots will hide things in their merch, such as places where they're hinting on going to next, or these little Easter eggs within these outfits. And looking for an orange 21 Pilot outfit, there's really not much. There's this one with a little sliver of orange, as well as words on the back. I think, yeah, at 21 Pilots is written in orange on the back of my shirt, according to my mirror. But as far as just strictly orange merch, this is all I could find. This is all I could find right here. Stuff for made in 2017 during the Trench era. But that's about it. And a brief interruption, they actually did make an orange vinyl for Scale Nicey. I completely forgot. It was Amazon exclusive. But then again, they also made many blues and other colors for these Scale Nicey things. But this is the closest piece of Scale Nicey orange merch I can find, other than just subtle hints like this pop-up shop merch. Pop-up shop merch. Other than that, is just Tyler's beanie that we've already discussed, as well as the Heathen's jumpsuit, which of course turned into yellow. So we've kind of seen orange in every era except for Vessel. So we've kind of seen orange, so maybe we will get a tease in the next era. However, yeah, I don't know. People will point to Pet Cheetah as a sign of orange, but to me, cheetahs aren't orange, really? I mean, unless your name is Chester, then you're orange. But hey buddy, how's it going? Haven't had Cheetos in a bit, but cheetahs are mainly yellowish creatures, at least to my eyes. That's how they look to me. People also say orange because that's how fire works. Torchbearer, fire. And when you look at fires, of course, you get red, you get yellow, but you also get orange in that mix as well in there. So I guess people are saying Torchbearer is taking on more prominence so the orange era can come to light. Maybe the next colors will represent a torch. It'll be red and orange and yellow. Those will be the colors for the Torchbearer, which actually, I kind of like that thinking a lot. So if that would be the best way to go, make the 21 Pilot era a torch, make it those colors, I think that'd be really cool if they were leaning towards an orange era. However, there haven't been a lot of teases for an orange era either, really. Like, people make the argument for teases of purple. People have made the arguments for teases of black and white. A lot of teases for black and white. But really, there's nothing nodding to orange, especially when you take a look at the live show. Because at least from the clips that I briefly watched while making this video, there was nothing that screamed orange lights at me. There wasn't just like the lights were turned on at 100%, where it just kind of gave like the whitish glow. A lot of the lights were the more colorful lightings you would see for shows. Not a lot of oranges were used. A lot of purples were used. A lot of other colors were used, but nothing really orange all that much. Of course, that being said, you can find where orange has been used within the past era. I mean, this picture looks super cool and I love it. However, really, this color wasn't used a lot for the previous shows in South America as well as in Mexico. Orange really wasn't used that much, but still, this looks so cool. Now, something that actually strongly leans towards an orange era comes in a lyric in Shy Away: break the cycle in half. And a lot of people have been associating the cycle, especially with color, with the color wheel, because of course it's a circle. It is a whole cycle within itself. And take a look at this color wheel right here. Just draw a line from blue and cut it in half. What do you get? You go up to orange. So if we break the cycle in half and we don't jump to the next thing on the wheel, which would be purple, you would jump all straight to orange, which actually is kind of cool. And if that's what the Shy Away lyric is referring to, completely cool. They are complementary colors within each other, so that's why they work. And think that's the strongest thing I can think of leading towards a orange era. Now I know people are gonna say, oh, but why not purple and orange together? I mean, they totally work. They do work together. However, at least in the way my brain works, I just don't like orange and purple together that much. I'm a purple yellow person, purple, black, and white, absolutely love those. And of course, we should take a look at what the color orange actually represents. So this is a little graph I've been using for everything. The color orange of enthusiasm and emotion. Orange exudes warmth and joy and is considered a fun color that provides emotional strength. It is optimistic and uplifting and spontaneity and positivity to life and encourages social communication and creativity. It is the youthful and energetic color. Now, weirdly looking at this, a lot of this describes Scale Nicey for me. The whole idea of there's joy, there's emotional strength, it's sounds uplifting. Of course, the whole album, most of the album, about 75%, are really happy sounding songs, but the lyrics are very depressing. It's the definition of not today. So it has joy, has emotion, has the enthusiasm, though it be fake, has all that in it, which is why orange, it was used in the Scale Nicey branding. Symbolisms, emotional, youth, optimism, and enthusiasm. Effects, encourages, uplifts, stimulates, and communicates positive, spontaneity, creative, warmth, positivity. Negatives, exhibition, I can't speak English, superficial, impatient, and domination. Now, a lot of this doesn't describe most 21 Pilot music outside of Scale Nicey. When you took a look at what purple represented, that represented some 21 Pilots music. You take a look at what black and white represented, that represented more 21 Pilot music. Orange doesn't really do it for me. For the final album of the Dema storyline, if this is what orange represents, it's gonna be weird. It's gonna be very weird. But like this for me is the strongest for an orange era. It's the strongest turnout for me saying no, we will not be getting an orange era from 21 Pilots. Now, when looking at orange in feng shui, because people do enjoy looking at the colors and how they relate to feng shui, orange is confusing. Like, here's the Google search of me trying to look for orange in a Bagua map. I mean, half of these have orange, most of these don't have orange. They're all kind of confusing. Like, there's this one like that says that orange is in the center and represents health and earth, and like yellows and browns, and so like, hey, that's totally Bandito, right? However, there's this one where orange isn't present at all. You have this one right here where orange relates to fire. It's just, there's a lot. So feng shui is really hard in terms of saying, hey, orange can be this. I've seen orange relate to the fire element. I've seen it relate to red. I've seen it relate to south. I've seen it be center. I've seen it be a lot of things, and it is super confusing. I don't feel confident enough to say, this is the feng shui meaning, because half of them include orange, half of them don't include orange. I mean, just take a look at what we had today for this. Looking at what we had for black and white, what we looked at for purple. Really, orange has the weakest links out of the bunch. If this was the trampoline, I feel as though the trampoline would fail and that thing would just go that completely down. To where black and white, it has the springs that like can have the support for a little bit till we get to this next thing. But for orange, I'm gonna need some better arguments. I'm gonna need some better things. I might actually make a part 2 of this video if enough orange era supporters pop down in the comment section below and tell me why they think orange is going to be the next 21 Pilots era. I am curious to hear you out, as well as anyone else who doesn't think it's going to be black, white, orange, or purple. If you think it's red, I would love to know. If you think it's something else, if you think it's going to be green, I would love to know, because I think these color deep dives are kind of interesting, though orange is a bit more of a confusing one. Thank you, Feng Shui and Bagua Maps, you unhelpful thing. I think it's fun. So yeah, that's it for today. My throat's dry. I'm going to an amusement park tomorrow. Well, today, when this comes out. So I'm going to bed. I've also been up since 5:30 this morning. It's currently going on 11:30. I'm going to bed. See you all tomorrow with Justin Listen To, where we're listening to someone. Jack Gruber. No, maybe, yeah. Jack Strawberry. I don't know. Anyway, I'll see you all tomorrow. Goodbye, and good night. More importantly, have a good day, and I'll see you later. Who's Jack Gruber?